All right, everybody. Welcome back to No Love Philly, the podcast dedicated to artists, activists, musicians, comedians, breweries, basically anybody in, around, or passing through the city of brotherly love that makes this place as awesome as it is. Today from Spine Farm Records, we have Charcoal Tongue. Little metal band coming out of San Antonio, Texas. Some pretty young dudes, man, and they're signed to Spine Farm. They actually got signed before they even did any type of tours or anything. We talk a lot about that. They've been on tour with 36 Crazy Fist. They just released a new music video for My Deeds on Display, which is coming from their EP, 24 Hours My Deteriation. Make sure you check that out. And they were actually they were at Voltage Lounge a few nights ago, touring with September Morning. Young dudes, man, and they are doing a really great job of producing great music and just kind of rolling with it. We talk about getting to hang out with 36 Crazy Fist, the things that they learned. We got to learn about kind of how they ended up getting signed. All in all, it's a really great podcast. It was all done in the front of Voltage Lounge, and it's good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys check out Charcoal Tongue. Remember to check out their new video, My Deeds on Display, and also make sure to check out their album, 24 Hours My Deterioration. And keep a lookout for some new music coming from them soon, man. They were a cool group of dudes, and I look forward to interviewing them again at some point. I look forward to watching what comes of their career. So here they are, man. All right, do me a favor, do a little mic check for me.
Hey, check.
Perfect. All right. So
check. Hey.
We are golden. So we are right here in front of the Voltage Lounge with Charcoal Tongue. You guys are fucking doing a hefty fucking tour out here, man.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
Where are you guys from? Well, let's start off with names and instruments. Let's do that.
I'm Chris. I sing.
My name is Matt, and I play guitar.
I'm Jordan, and I play drums.
All right, man. So you guys are from San Antonio.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm a fellow Texan myself.
You're from Texas?
El Paso, Texas, brother.
Oh, okay, out there.
All right, so first question right off the bat, red or green chili?
Green.
Fuck yeah.
It depends. Like, I probably wouldn't put green on, like, if it was like a bacon and egg
right
breakfast, like if there's egg on it, I'd probably put red.
I might do that.
Yeah.
Beef type of.
But if we're going, I'm always going to go green enchiladas every time. Do you guys put eggs on top of your enchiladas?
No.
Yeah, always. 100% do that. The other thing is, though, I hear you guys eat menudo fucked up. You guys, do you guys use hominy?
I don't know how they make menudo, honestly.
No? You use, all right, okay. Do you eat it with tortilla or with pan?
Probably a tortilla.
All right, hold on. You got to have to hold that close.
A tortilla.
Yeah, that's what I meant that you guys do it messed up. So in El Paso, we eat it with pan. You know what I mean? So that's the way we do it. All right, so that's one of the things that I wanted to get out of the way right off the bat. The other thing I wanted to know is, have you guys already done Rob's Metalworks?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, wonderful. Rob's a real good dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
So you guys are playing with September Morning. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah.
You guys are touring with them, actually, not just playing
Yes.
tonight or something.
We are touring with September Morning for about a 6-week stretch, and we just wrapped up the first week.
What a week.
Yeah, we had a lot of eventful things.
Tell me. I want to know.
We had just ran into a couple van problems. We had to get a new radiator, and then the engine was misfiring. So we had to stay an extra day. We were stuck near Akron, a little town, just getting those things fixed. I mean, it's part of touring, that happens. Like, stuff breaks down, and then the next day, we actually had to cancel a show, and then the next day, our bus runs on 2 batteries, and we found out that both of them were dead. They're pretty old batteries. We got the batteries fixed, and then we kept going, and even on the way over here, we got another check engine light, but it's kind of not something that's bad. We got the code red, and they're saying that, I don't know, it's just almost like there's just one thing after another, but I think we're pretty much through the thick of all the troubles. There's probably not much else that could go wrong.
So I know. So you guys are pretty experienced and well versed with van troubles, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. All right. But the first thing I want to say is that so when I checked you guys out on stalked you on Facebook and whatever, the first post that I found from you was from 2016, but a lot has happened since then. A lot has happened
so.
since 2016. So the first thing I want to know is how did you link up with Outer Loop Management?
Through our label, I think. I think they.
You'll probably have to hold that close, man.
Yeah, I think they hooked us up with them. We know, like, even our like attorney knows them and stuff, so everyone's pretty well connected.
So how did you guys end up getting signed with Spine Farm? How did that? I mean, you got to take me through that. Like,
Yeah, we just kind of had a friend who was managing bands. Like, we were talking to him, showing him the project. He passed it around to a couple different people, and they were interested right off the bat from like the first song, and then we made an EP, and then after that we just kept talking, and then we ended up doing the deal with them, and been with them probably about 2.5 years now, since 2016.
so did it happen that quick that you guys had your EP, you shopped it around, and then you
Yeah,
and
it
then you
actually
found something?
did. It did happen like that. It was kind of unorthodox. Yeah, it happened really fast. We had signed a deal, had a couple of labels interested before we had even played a show. We just through emailing and people that knew each other, like, just got the label interest right away, and we just went and did it.
So do you credit that to just knowing the right people and shopping it the right way, or where?
I mean, I think it does. Yeah, it does have to deal with who you know. I think like, people were trying to tell us as a testament to the tunes. You know, the songs kind of, they were saying that you could really feel it right away, and they just wanted to get on board, immediately, that they really believed in the songs and kind of just the sound and some of the lyrics and the stuff that we were talking about. They just really wanted to get on board really quickly. It was pretty surprising, honestly. Like, it's not really how it usually goes.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you guys just released a new video.
Yeah.
So take us through that.
Yeah, the new video, My Deeds on Display, just came out. We filmed that one kind of ourselves. We didn't work with like an outside director. Our synth player Jacob did it, and we had a friend help film all the shots. And yeah, we just came up with that and put it out. It's I think that's like our first video where you can like see our faces. The other video we did before that, it's just all of us kind of like silhouettes. So we're pretty happy with how that one came out. It just came out.
Was there a reason why in the other video you guys just had silhouettes? Was there?
I don't know. It was kind of just a style thing. Kind of like we just wanted to go for that visually, kind of mysterious, like dark vibe.
I don't think we had anything out that really showed our faces at that time, so we're just like, whatever, let's keep it going.
Got you.
And then we're like, now it's time. They can see our faces for this next one.
Time to really show everyone how ugly we are.
So, well, metal's never pretty, right?
That's the reason why we had the silhouettes, because we didn't want anyone to see how ugly we were.
Didn't want to have to pay for broken cameras, right?
Yeah, we didn't want to get dropped from the label immediately for being ugly.
Right. So, what is that song about for the new one you just released?
Oh, My Deeds. Yeah, that's like the first song on the album, on the EP. It's just like that welcome to the story, kind of like an introduction to like just the whole band, like the whole everything. The song, I guess the topic, the main thing is like kind of like coming from a perspective of dealing with like mental illness, anxiety, depression, ADHD, stuff like that, and holding on to all these things inside and feeling all these negative and dark things and holding it on too much and kind of being like, all right, I'm going to start talking about it, stop pretending like everything's okay, and really address some of those things. And that's what we try and tell people. The message from that song is to kind of like, if you're in a dark place, if you're feeling alone, or there's some things inside that you can't really explain, but just to let it out in some way, move on and get it out of just being in your head all the time and just constantly thinking about those things and falling into a spiral of negativity. Like, try and just express how it feels. But yeah, that's kind of what that song's about, pretty much.
So my assumption is you being the lyricist for that, something that you struggle with as well, right?
Yeah, that is kind of like what a lot of the lyrical content from that EP is just about. Yeah, like a personal struggle with those kinds of things. And
So how do you dealing with those types of things? Usually, you deal with anxiety or even ADHD or whatever. It kind of makes you a little bit like recluse in some areas.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with that on tour, meeting all these different people, having to go through all these different exchanges?
It's a everyday thing, like I'm trying to get better at it. I really sometimes, yeah, we come into situations on tour where things are stressful, can be, easy to trigger anxiety or feeling down, even just like talking to people or like asking how to do things. It's kind of like, yeah, I get in my head a lot, and it's kind of like a struggle, but it's cool because it's helping me, I guess, to be a more like social person and kind of get out of my shell a little bit more. But yeah, it is kind of an everyday thing. Like some days it's like you just go into so many different environments, and like having kind of like sensory issues, like different environments like triggering different ways that you feel. It's kind of like a new challenge every day, and so I'm trying to get more comfortable in my own skin.
So you all had jobs, I assume, right?
Yeah.
What? First of all, what did each of you do? That's what I want to know. What did each of you do? What were your day jobs before this?
I still work. I'm self-employed, and so I record other bands. That's my job. I have a recording business, and yeah, I still do it. Matt, you?
I work at a pharmacy, and they're pretty good about letting me off. They let me off
For 6 fucking weeks, dude?
all the time.
What?
Yeah, so like,
Are you a
it's
pharmacist?
No, I'm just a tech, but like
You're gonna have to
I'm-
hold that closer.
I'm just a tech, but I like am the top one, so I guess I'm pretty valuable to them, and they don't want me to go permanently, so they let me off with whatever time I need. And then I also do photography and videography on the side too, so I got a little side hustle going on too.
Okay, so you just have to tell me what this pitch was to your boss. So I need 6 weeks off so that I can tour with my metal band
Well, I've done
because
it.
we're signed to a label.
I've
And
done it a few times. I've had previous bands where I went out for a few weeks, and then we went on tour last year, and that was for probably like almost 3 weeks, and then we went out with Darkness Divided back in March, and that was for like maybe 2.5 weeks. But they're not really happy about it. But like I said, they don't want to see me go permanently, so they just kind of suck it up and give me the time off. So yeah, I just put in the days, and then they just come up to me like maybe a couple weeks later, and like, hey, we saw that you have like 2 months off. So all right,
it's
well,
like an official leave of absence, bro.
So like we'll work around it. We'll be like real shitty without you, but okay, have fun.
Right on,
But
man.
yeah, that's good.
I just went to school and shit. Like, I'm fairly young. I'm only 19. So I just
Mother
go to school and play in other bands. So that's kind of all I do.
dude. Now, how does that feel to be 19? Yeah, bro, I'm 19. Just signed to a label. Just whatever.
It's kind of surreal. It's one of those things that I've always wanted since I was a little kid, playing on the couch with my drumsticks and my chones, And then now we're here.
Yeah, man.
really
I mean,
cool.
it's a far freaking cry from San Antonio. You know what I mean? Being all the way out in the East Coast.
Hell yeah.
So I guess that's giving you some time to like tour the country, check things out, see different
it's
things.
pretty badass. It comes with its fair share of struggles, like Chris said, but I mean, you learn to adapt the more it goes on. But it's pretty badass. Definitely grateful for it.
So it is a long tour. 6 weeks is a long tour. Have you all gotten sick of each other yet?
I would say we're all pretty tight, like good friends. So it's not really a lot of tension.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty good, like mesh wise. Like we don't have
You'll have
arguments.
to hold it closer.
We don't have arguments or anything. It's just like the fact that it feels like the days are so long, but it's only been a week. But everything that we've done, it feels like, at least 2 weeks or something. You don't know what day it is. You just gotta like think back of where you were, from what you were doing the past couple days to realize how short it's been. And I don't know. It's crazy being a van. It
So-
feels like you're in a van for your entire life.
So what was it? I mean, you guys are relatively young. 19 years old is pretty fucking young. Okay, just 20.
Wow,
My
lying
bad,
to the
dude.
viewers.
Okay. But who broke the news? Hey, dude, these guys want to sign us. And what was your reaction when each of your reactions when that happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear it all.
So, so Chris was the main one that was in contact with the labels and everything, and then he brought me on. I was like the second member, and we got together, and Spine Farm flew us out to New York, and Yeah, it was it was pretty badass.
So, work. I need time off.
It was a quick like 12 hours that we were there. They like flew us in, went to the office, talked about stuff, wined and dined us, and then flew us out. And
What did they say?
they're like, "Hey, y'all are badass." No, because they wanted us to fly, and me and Chris, we've been friends for a while, and we never really written together. So I went up to his place like maybe a day or two before, and we busted out a song real quick, just to go up there and show them like, hey, this is what we can give you too, along with the EP. And they seemed to enjoy it and asked us about our previous bands and our intentions and what we want in the long run and things like that. Like they got pretty deep. Yeah, they're asking him about his all his stuff and
that's pretty much it. Yeah,
All
that we
his
just went
stuff.
up
What do you
there.
mean they ask you about all your
Like
stuff?
all the like with the stuff we're talking about, like the lyrics and everything, like the message, the story, and everything. Like we just got really really cool vibes from them. Like as soon as we started talking, like we clicked real fast. So that's pretty much how it happened. Yeah, it was just me and Matt at first, and so Jordan's later on in the band.
he's the newest one.
Yeah.
Okay.
When did he join? Like
Last year was his first show. Yeah.
All
So.
right. So, you said that other labels were scouting you out. What separated Spine Farm from the rest of them?
They were like the initial interest, so like they kind of like there was something about them that we just really clicked with the person there that was trying to sign us, the main dude. Yeah, he just really believed in us, and we had a lot of cool conversations about music and what we wanted to do with the band, and so it just felt right to go there. It's kind of a gut decision.
And then things just fucking happened so quick after that. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys are also going to be on. Well, you guys got to tour. And this is no small feat. Okay, that you guys got to tour with fucking 36 Crazy Fists.
Yeah,
It's like
first tour.
our first tour. Yeah, his first show with us. Yeah, it was right away. That was really really cool.
Tell me about that tour, man. Did you get to hang out with those dudes? Did they give you any advice? Did you learn anything?
Yeah, we got to hang out with them a good bit. Like they were really really cool. Like no egos, no like separation between us and them. It was like we were all there hanging out. And we toured with another band on that tour, Last 10 Seconds of Life. That I've always liked that band. They're fucking awesome. And so like getting to see both of those bands hang out with them, it was very cool. They did teach us stuff. Like those are seasoned bands, especially 36, been around forever. So
I'd like to
Yeah.
hear one thing that each of you learned from that tour, or learned from 36 Crazy Fists, if you could.
I learned I learned about smoking spliffs from 36 Crazy Fists, like half weed, half tobacco joints.
It's like a European thing. But
Yeah, I never done that before. That was like, I don't know why. Whenever I think of that tour, I just think of that. Like those guys are always smoking spliffs.
All right.
I guess I learned like how to headbang right because like their bassist is like 50, and I don't know how he does it, but he just doesn't get sore and he just goes hard every night. But I have forgotten how to do it because this tour I'm just fucking my body up real bad. My neck is just it's bad. But yeah, that's what I learned from them.
I guess for me, I just kind of learned the ropes of everything, like how it works. Their, I guess stagehand Rumble was pretty badass. He was a really funny guy, so he like helped us adapt really well, and that was pretty much it. I was pretty clueless going into the whole situation.
What did you adapt to?
Shit, just having to sleep in a van every day, not shower, so much shit, being without weed, having to just run on really strict scheduled time all the time and not really having much time for shit else except playing music, which is still badass, don't get me wrong, but I have to adapt.
Now, I also saw that you guys played on the Scars and Stripes tour with Hell Yeah. Did you get a chance to meet Vinnie Paul or anybody?
The fill-in drummer that we had at the time, he was a huge Vinnie Paul fan, and he made a point to like go meet him and take a picture with him. Yeah, he got a picture with him, which I think that meant a lot to him.
I bet.
He's like a huge influence, probably his favorite drummer, and so like it was cool. We set up our drum set. We played like first. And Hell Yeah he already had his drum set like set up like right behind his, so he was taking all these cool pictures and just like it was pretty cool for him. And I mean, I'm a Pantera fan, so like it was cool to see him drum. Later. I'm not familiar with any Hell Yeah music, but yeah.
Yeah, Singer Mudvayne's in there. That's right.
Oh,
What? Yeah. Did you guys connect with anybody on that show at all?
I didn't. Did you guys
Not really.
at all?
It was like it was just like a big. It was kind of like a big jumbled mess, kind of like there's just so many bands there. There's probably like what 20, like 25 bands or something, and we are just like all in the room, like back room for catering and stuff. And there's just like a lot of smaller bands like us back there, and then the bigger bands kind of kept to themselves. They're kind of like in their own room. They would come out for certain things like interviews or like publicity type things, but we didn't really get a talk to too many people. Everyone was just kind of doing their own thing.
Right on.
Yeah, but I mean, it was fucking hot. Like Chris had to rest for a while because he was almost getting like heat stroke.
For real.
Yeah, he threw up.
I did throw up.
But yeah, it was a really good experience. So like being around that and seeing like how they are with big festivals, because I mean, Chris has played festivals before.
That
with-
was probably the biggest.
Yeah, that was like the biggest, and seeing like really big names and like how they are with like such a crazy day schedule, I guess, was kind of a learning experience too.
So you're saying you played other festivals before? I mean, is this not your first band that has like done something and gone on to get signed?
This is like my second band. Yeah, my old band got signed to Victory when I was 18. Yeah, and so we played a lot of Christian festivals. Like we never played anything like secular or like that. My old band was like a metalcore band. It's like a Christian metalcore band,
Like
kinda
a Norma
As I Lay
Jean?
Dying. A Norma Jean type thing. Yeah.
As I Lay Dying, that dude's kind
Yeah.
of got hemmed up on some stuff, and then
Yeah.
there's a lot of controversy about that, right?
Yeah.
That, I mean, about like trying to murder his wife, and then it comes out, and then he comes out. They come out with this like insane track, and it's like, fuck, we're supposed to kind of like hate you right now.
Yeah,
So
it's-
like everyone has to like say they don't like it. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Where are you at on that camp?
I don't really care to voice my opinion. I think it's like for me, I think I think it's a little extra to be like, oh, I don't support that band at all because of what he did, or they don't deserve a second chance. Like I think he served his time. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up what he did. So you can't really for some people it's hard to get past that. I can't really separate the music from what he did. But for me, like I think if the rest of the band was able to like forgive him and they're back together and they're doing music, like I really dig the track. I didn't really like post about it or like really like support it or promote it because it's kind of like it is kind of a tricky thing because of what he did. But I think everyone deserves a second chance.
I was
But-
listening to this this comic that I listened to, and he got it from some other dude that's way wiser than any of us. Actually, a lady that was captured by people, and she's talked a lot about forgiveness, and that just because you do the big thing is that like just because you do something wrong doesn't mean that I have to hate you. It's just kind of like, hey man, what you did was fucked up. You know what I mean? And I don't have to hate you for that, but what you did was fucked up.
Yeah, it's a pretty, like, you can't really excuse that, say, hey, that's, like that, you have to recognize at least that, trying to murder someone is pretty bad. But, again, yeah, you would want to be forgiven if you did something fucked up, I mean, it's just a weird thing. Yeah, it's hard to really, really put out what.
I think it's harder too because he was like a pretty big role model like in the Christian community.
For sure.
And like hardcore Christians are like probably the hardest people to like forgive someone. Like there's people ironically there's people out there like who there's like rappers and stuff that have like literally murdered like a lot of people, and they talk about it in their lyrics and stuff, and like people are like, oh hell yeah, like that dude's so hard. And
but
then
one Christian metal dude.
yeah, and then Tim Lambesis tried to get his wife murdered and didn't succeed, thankfully. But he served his time. What was it, like 2 years, 3 years, something? But yeah, I mean that's enough time to like reflect and change someone. and he's off the roids now. So
Well, since we're talking about killing it, your track "Fix Me" killed it on Spotify with 20K listens, man. So, what were your guys' thoughts when did that happen? Like quickly, what did you guys think when you started seeing it hit and hit and hit and hit, and finally hit that 20K mark? What were
I
your?
was like refreshing it like every.
Put that on. I want to hear that part.
Yeah, I was like, whenever I saw it start to get to like, I think maybe like 10,000 or 15,000, I was like, this, because I compare it to other bands, like big bands, and it may not be a lot, but I started to like refresh it all the time, like seeing it go up. Right now, it's at 170,000.
Fuck.
So, and then like our other tracks are barely past like 9,000 or something. So it's really just that one that really, I don't know what made it take off. I think it was like probably the Octane push. It was on that Sirius XM thing.
Okay.
So,
all right. Is it like constant rotation?
Not
or?
anymore. I think they gave us a chance, and they gave us like a week on the test drive. So they would play it throughout that week, and then you vote on Twitter. They were giving 2 other bands a chance, so like all 3 of us were in like a little competition, and whoever won on Twitter would get like, more radio play. And we had like 8% of the vote. Somebody had like 90. Yeah, the band Vamps or something. They killed us. Yeah, they were.
I did. One of my friends or someone who has Sirius XM, they said that they heard it like randomly like a few months later, and then I think they like put it in rotation like every few months, like just throw it in for shits and giggles.
Wow, man, that's crazy. So, that is very cool. You guys are going to be doing Metal Hammers, or probably already have by this point, Hail to the Kings compilation, which is a tribute to Avenged Sevenfold. How did that happen, and what all does this release entail?
Yeah, that thing was really cool for us. Our label approached me and was like, they heard about it, I guess, through Metal Hammer, and were like, Chris, they're doing a compilation album, tribute album to Avenged. We know they're one of your favorite bands. Well, it's my favorite band of all time. So, yeah. Then after that, we just kind of picked a song, and then they kind of assigned us a different song, and we just went for that. And but the song that they gave us, I really love that song anyway. It's cool. So I just recorded it and put it down, and it came out. I did it last October, fixed it up like a few months later when it was due, because I think the due date was like in April or something. So it's kind of a long thing.
Yeah.
Trying to get all these bands together to do all these covers. Everyone's on the road and all this shit, so it's kind of hard. But yeah, we finished it, and then it came out in this summer. So there's a little CD in the magazine. There's like an Avenged Sevenfold issue, and then there's all these other cool bands on the cover CD that just did all these Avenged covers. There's some pretty cool ones on there. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, it just came out. I don't know where. I think someone ripped it from the CD and uploaded it onto YouTube. It doesn't have like a lot of views or anything because it's not like an official like upload or anything. It's like from somebody that just got the CD and put it up. But I don't know if it's gonna come out like on Spotify or like anything else.
Right.
I don't know.
So the only way to get it is to get that Metal Hammer issue?
That, or if you actually just search it on YouTube,
okay.
Charcoal Tongue Brompton Cocktail is the song. Somebody uploaded it, so you could hear it. It's kind of like a low quality rip. It'd be cool to put it up on streaming, but I guess since it's someone else's song, like their composition and everything, I don't know who's allowed to do all that shit.
Right. Yeah, it can be tricky.
Yeah.
Dude, is there anything else that you guys would like to add? Something I didn't cover? Something that you guys want to mention?
Yeah, just stuff that's on the horizon. We're gonna drop another EP on this tour.
Nice.
It's we're gonna do a continuation. It's like the first one was 24 hours. The next EP is gonna be 48 hours, and it's 4 new songs. And yeah, we're really stoked to get that out. That's the new content that's coming. We're really pumped on that.
When is that out? Is there like an official release
There's
date?
no official release date. We're kind of trying to still put it all together, but the label wants to get it out while we're on this tour. Kind of do it while we have shows to play and stuff. And hi.
Anybody else? Anything else you guys want to add or say or do?
Yeah, the EP. I think we might shoot another music video for one of the songs coming up too. We have another song, a secret song that is in the works that I think we're gonna shoot a music video for as well. And I think after this second EP, we're hoping to release a third and final EP pretty soon after that one as well.
Third and final EP?
Yeah, we're breaking up after it. No, but yeah, a third EP. Hopefully, a few months after that, this next one. So we're pretty excited to see what's gonna be happening after we release this new music.
Like final as in like in the series of like it's final as in like the series of EPs. There's 24 hours, 48 hours, and then 72 hours, and then that's that from that collection of tracks.
Awesome, man. The 20-year-old villain over here. Do you anything you want to add?
Nah, nothing other than be on the lookout for stuff we have, you know.
Awesome, bro. All right, guys. Well, I know that you guys have to get in. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Welcome to the city of brotherly love.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
It's always nice to meet fellow Texans, man, and I hope you guys kill it on this tour.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we appreciate you having us. It was fun.
And then I will have to try that eggs on enchiladas.
Dude, you have to try eggs on
I've
enchiladas.
never heard of that. I'm gonna try it.
100% have to do it. It's the only way to eat them. All right, man. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we are out. Talk to you later.